Hello again, friends. I hope you're doing well and ready for some more fun crafts because today we have 3 crafts that we're going to make that have to do with prayer. Specifically, I know there are pipe cleaners and beads and it's very tempting, but say hello and say goodbye. Pardon the interruption. Specifically, we're talking this week about the Lord's Prayer, how we can learn it, how we can use it, and why prayer is important, and also how God gives us everything we need. We don't have to do some sort of special magic or give him anything. God gives us what we need when we ask. So, our first craft that we're going to do has to do with pipe cleaners and beads, which are very tempting to furry feline friends that might be around you. Anyways, we're going to make a simple prayer bracelet to remind ourselves of things to pray for, also to connect to the Lord's Prayer. So you will simply need some, I recommend pipe cleaners. You can also use string and some different colors of beads. You can also use, if you have them, beads with letters on them, if that helps to jog your memory, or just the colors to represent different things. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can pick out a different color bead for each part of the Lord's Prayer. Sometimes we call those petitions, the different parts of the Lord's Prayer. Or you can have this be a prayer bracelet that reminds you of people that you want to pray for. And you can also, I recommend having a paper that will give you some sort of a guide to go with your bracelet so you remember what these different things represent and mean. So we'll start off doing just a very simple version. And again, you can do this either way for the parts of the Lord's Prayer or for people. So perhaps maybe you're going to make your little guide here and you're going to say something like prayer. Let's get real creative and call this prayer bracelet. Then you can say blue, and you can write something like friends or family, or you can get specific. Maybe blue is my parents. Maybe pink is for friends who live close. Maybe white is for far away friends. Maybe you get the idea. So we're going to have a different color scheme for each different thing here. And I've got a few different kinds of colors here. So let's see. Orange is for teachers or leaders. And then we'll do dark blue for siblings. Again, this is going to be personal, so make it however is personal for you, but you've got your different things that go with the prayers, and then you could also write a prayer at the bottom if you wish, or write out the Lord's Prayer, or even just write out a part of the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, God provides. So we've got our caption here now. Select your pipe cleaner and you can make whatever kind of pattern you like with your beads. I'm going to do it very simple and not put all my beads on here because I don't want to be here all day. But you get the idea that you are stringing your beads on, and then this is something where you can remember different people who fit these different categories. Or again, if you would rather, you could make this, each color could represent something of the Lord's Prayer. It's totally up to you and whatever works best. So you have your lovely prayer bracelet here. And again, feel free to go all the way around with the beads. I'm just going to do a short version because we got to move on to other crafting fun. So there is craft number 1, bead bracelet of prayer, which is evidently very difficult to say. Craft number 2 is going to be a little gift of sorts. We're going to start off with a card that's going to go with this gift. And that card is going to say, our lives are in God's hands. He gives us what we need. And this is supposed to be an encouraging reminder to someone who maybe could use prayer or just a kind word, or both. We can always use prayer. So we'll say, I'm praying for you. Love, Kristen. And then, of course, don't put Kristen unless that's your name. Or unless you want it to be your name. I don't know. I'm actually not a big fan of my name, but that's just me. Anyway, so now we're going to decorate it. You can add some stickers. You can add some extra whatever you want to add here. And now this comes the fun part. So here's the card that is going to go with our lovely hand of prayer. So in this hand, we're going to put something that would be fun to give to someone. Now, this could be a snack. This could just be a whole bunch of goldfish crackers or Cheerios or whatever if you just wanted to be a little munching snack. This could be something that is like pencils or something fun and non-edible. Or I just so happen to have some fun candy here. So we're just going to throw some candy in there because we like candy. God gives us what we need. Sometimes we need candy. So here we go. Got our candies. And then, oh, that's a little too full. We're going to twist that up, and you can do a pipe cleaner or a ribbon to make it look fun and festive. And we're going to attach that little card here. And voila, you have a fun little gift. I guess if you really want to keep it for yourself, you can, but the idea is to give it to someone who needs prayer and care, and then we can share. Ta-da! Now, project number 3, magical hands. Don't worry, my face will pop back eventually. We're going to make a prayer jar. You can use a small container like this, or you can use a big jar if you've got a larger jar. That is totally up to you. But we're going to use this jar to learn the Lord's Prayer. Now you can do this in a variety of ways, but here is one demonstration of a way that this could go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write down the parts of the Lord's Prayer, and this can be both a game and a way of saying the Lord's Prayer. But first, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we're going to decorate our lovely jar if you wish. So you can add some fun stickers on here. If you want to throw some kind of paper inside it, you could do that, perhaps to remember what this is all about. So it might say, take time to pray. And maybe that's going to go in the bottom of my jar here. And there we go. So here's some more fun stickers. Again, jazz it up however you like to. Maybe you've got some paint and you want to paint your jar and go all out. Go for it. You do what you want to do. Then here's the other fun part. So we have decorated. Now, on these strips of paper, you could also use popsicle sticks. I'm going to write the various elements of the Lord's Prayer. Now, you can do this with the simplified Luke version or the full Matthew version. It's up to you. But we're going to start off. Our Father, And you can use whatever version works best for you as well, Bible version wise. Kind of combine things here. Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Now, I'm not going to write all of it because that would take a long time. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And so you get the idea. We're going to write a different part of it on each strip of paper or popsicle stick. Now, a couple ways that you can do this. You can put them all in your jar. You can also, if you've got paper rather than popsicle sticks, you can fold them up and put them in your jar. Then you're going to use this jar for prayer. So you can either have your jar full of papers, you can pluck one out and focus on it, hallowed be thy name. What does that mean? It means that God's name is holy. It means that we want to honor and keep him sacred, use his name to call upon in prayer or to praise, not use it in negative ways. So we're going to, so you can focus on that and say a special prayer that goes with that, or you can turn this into a game. You shake it up, then you pull out all of your papers and you put them in order, or your popsicle sticks, and then you can put them in order. So you look at these different elements of the prayer and practice putting those down in order so that you can memorize and learn the Lord's Prayer and discuss what it means as you do so. So those are a couple of options. This can just be your prayer jar. You can also just write down the names of people that you want to pray for and pull them out one at a time. It is very much up to you. But you have your decorative jar with your Lord's Prayer elements or people to pray for. Then you have your similar concept, prayer bracelet, people to pray for. And then you have your share, care, prayer giveaway, hands of God, full of wonderful, delightful treats. So there's 3 options to craft away the day and enjoy learning and teaching the Lord's Prayer. Hopefully this sparks some ideas in your mind and gives you something that will be a helpful tool to you and your ministry, to the children you're working with, wherever and whomever that might be. And come back again, because as always, we have new videos and cat appearances, usually, every week with children's message and craft ideas. So, like, subscribe, join us for more. Go make some crafts, make some disciples. Have a great week. See you next time.